If you're a movie lover, this is your cue to grab the popcorn and maybe clear your calendar tonight on Evening. Find out why the Wienermobile just had to make a stop at this Renton family's home.
I love it.
And go along for a ride. We'll take you inside a very popular and very pink Bakeshop in Lower Queen Anne. And a new exhibition celebrates decades of flight attendant fashions. Welcome to the show from the SIFF Film Center in Seattle. I'm St. Brian, and in just 10 days, it will be Lights, Camera, Seattle, as the 52nd Annual Seattle International Film Festival kicks off with buzzworthy premieres and hidden gems.
I could tell within 2 minutes of meeting you, you are not just some boy band guy.
And you are too good for that wedding band.
If you love Sing Street and Once, you'll want to see director John Carney's latest, Power Ballad. Just one of 200 films playing at the Seattle International Film Festival, where Megan Leonard led the charge, winnowing down the selection.
And we're looking at about 5,000 films.
Megan's favorite, Nuisance Bear, follows polar bears as they clash with tourists, wildlife officials, and the residents of a small Canadian town.
I'm a sucker for animal films, always.
Another doc, The Best Summer, takes us behind the scenes of a 90s rock tour headlined by Beastie Boys, Sonic Youth, and Foo Fighters.
Exciting things were happening. We were having success. At the same time, I was just destroying myself.
KEXP DJ Kevin Cole's life is the subject of a new doc called Radio Heart.
Kevin Cole is such a legend around here, and this goes farther back into his past and his history back in Minneapolis when he was Prince's personal DJ.
Also local, a new doc about Seattle's self-appointed superhero, Phoenix Jones.
There's something I've been wanting to talk to you about.
We also have something we wanted to talk to you about.
The fest will close with Olivia Wilde's comedy, The Invite. So many movies, so little time. The Boots Riley movie, I Love Boosters, opens the Seattle International Film Festival on May 7th at the Paramount Theater. The fest runs through the 17th. You know, 17 years ago, we introduced you to a Renton family with a very surprising name. Well, they recently received a very surprising visitor. And that is how I got to get a ride in the Wienermobile.
The family that grills together.
On a Sunday in the Renton Highlands, there are hot dogs on the grill, buns on the table, and coming down the street, a visit that almost feels meant to be. Because here lives a family with a name that's been turning heads for years.
Hi, I'm Oscar Mayer III.
I'm Oscar Mayer IV. And I'm Oscar Mayer V.
We first met them in 2009 when the fifth was a newborn.
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener.
It would be big sister Chloe's idea to surprise Grandpa for his 79th birthday.
Holy. I love it.
He's a crazy guy, so I gave him a crazy surprise.
Yay! Hey!
The first Oscar Myers we've driven in the Wienermobile.
Man who has spent nearly 80 years sharing a name with a hot dog brand,
Pretty awesome. This is unbelievable.
finally meets the hot dog.
My kids, I knew they hated me. I just didn't believe that they would do this to me.
Say cheesy weenie.
In all honesty, all the Oscars say their names have been blessings.
This is just a real special, crazy, weird experience. Being named after a hot dog, I guess, has its benefits.
If you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A. Woo!
It's fun. Everywhere I go, Oscar, what's your last name? B-O-L-G-N-A. They'll look at me and, oh, Meyer, yeah, okay.
Back at home, more rewards for a name that always brings a smile.
And then for the 3 Oscars, you guys gotta get your own Wienermobile Hot Wheel. Okay. We relish the Oscar Mayers here. We've had an absolute blast today. This will go down in hot dog history as one of my favorite events.
It's certainly one of his favorites.
Well, I think my granddaughter's crazier than I am, and that's pretty bad. This is wow.
A name passed down, a memory made. And one Sunday they'll be talking about for generations.
1, 2, 3. As you might imagine, I got to stick around for some hot dogs after the big surprise. Very good hot dogs, great family. All right, let's head to Lower Queen Anne now, where a very popular farmers market vendor has just opened up her very first bake shop. Here's Chris.
My name's Maddy O'Donnell, and we're at Maddy's Bake Shop.
Maddy's journey into baking didn't begin with childhood memories. It began with loss.
In 2017, 2018, my dad was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I taught myself how to bake, and I ended up loving it, and it ended up being really therapeutic.
What started as a way to cope soon became something she realized she was good at.
Lots of butter.
Really good at.
I'm making Italian meringue buttercream. So that's the buttercream I use for all my cakes. It's supposed to be light and airy.
Baking, she says, is both rigid and creative. Science mixed with style.
You have to follow these rules and these guidelines, especially with croissants. But being able to do something fun on top of it is just like such a fun thing to do. And yeah, I love doing it.
After moving to Seattle and navigating the pandemic, Maddy built her business one farmer's market at a time.
So I tried wholesale, I tried farmers markets, I do both still. I started out at South Lake Union in Fremont, and then now I'm at Ballard every Sunday.
Now she's finally opened her own storefront.
I care a lot about the aesthetics of this. This is kind of mimicking my goal was this was gonna be the older sister of my farmers market booth. And I just wanted it to be a fun, cute place for people to come into.
Her recipes lean towards the savory side.
I don't have a sweet tooth, so anything I make that is sweet will be a bit salty or tart. A big part of my business is savory.
Hands down, her best seller is the ham and cheese croissant.
She's my favorite kid. Everyone has a favorite child. She is my favorite child. Fairy bread.
And her Australian roots show up in playful ways too, like fairy bread.
My family's Australian, and I think it's just a very weird niche thing. I started making fairy bread, which I think traditionally is like Wonder Bread, butter and sprinkles. I make a bougie version of it, so it's like our croissant bread.
This brightly colored bakery, subtly hidden away on Western Avenue, is a reminder that your passions are worth finding at any point in life.
Baking is my passion. It's just such a fun thing to do. And yeah, I love doing it.
Thank you, Chris. Those savory croissants look so good. Maddy's Bake Shop is open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Friday through Sunday. You can also find her goods at the Ballard Farmers Market on Sundays. So do you have a favorite road trip, maybe a go-to getaway? Well, if you share them with us, you could win a getaway of your own. All you need to do is vote in our 30th annual Best Northwest Escapes. Go to king5.com/escapes to vote for your favorite getaways. Each vote gives you a chance to win a Grays Harbor getaway to Westport, Ocean Shores, Lake Quinault, and Seabrook, worth $5,000. So vote for your favorite Best Northwest Escapes right now. Still to come, who topped the box office this weekend? Michael Jackson or the Super Mario Brothers? A look at America's top 5. And a new exhibit celebrates fashion at 30,000 feet.
Best Northwest Escapes is sponsored by unforgettable Grays Harbor County.
Welcome back to the show. Michael Jackson has knocked the Super Mario Brothers off the top of the box office. And Choosing Texas? It's still the #1 song in the land. Here's a look at this week's top 5.
you know what I'm after?
You want to be the biggest star in the world.
At the box office this week, Michael moonwalks straight to #1, pulling in a massive $97 million in its debut. His nephew Jafar Jackson spent years studying his uncle's exact vocal cadence and movement style, including frame-by-frame breakdowns of live performances to match even the smallest gestures. At #2, the Super Mario Galaxy movie keeps leveling up, followed by Project Hail Mary, Lee Cronin's The Mummy, and at #5, the drama.
Just when I thought I got him to fall.
Ella Langley's crossover smash Choosing Texas celebrates its 7th week at the top of the Billboard charts and 20th straight week at the top of the country charts. Right behind it, Man I Need from Olivia Dean. Bruno Mars as the #3 song. Ella Langley's new single, Be Her, enters the top 5 at #4. And then there's Alex Warren's Ordinary at #5.
You can't touch me.
I could touch the ones you love.
In the streaming world, Netflix has another breakout hit, Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black, topping all others. It's a high-stakes melodrama about a struggling stripper and the owner of a hair care empire. Next up, The Pit, followed by Virgin River, with The Madison gaining traction and Grey's Anatomy, proving it's still a streaming staple.
And at the top of the New York Times nonfiction list, Lena Dunham, the creator of HBO's Girls series. She has a memoir out called Famesick. Well, if you think flight attendant fashions is all about looking sharp at 30,000 feet, think again. I got to check out a delightful new exhibition at the Museum of Flight called Runway to Runway. An Italian designer's mod pink waist dress with matching umbrella. A United Airlines scarf featuring route maps, a rain dome designed to keep hairdos from getting wet on the tarmac. Just some of the things you'll find in Runway to Runway, a celebration of flight attendant passion at the Museum of Flight.
We have probably one of the best flight attendant uniform collections in the country, and we have 13 uniforms on display.
A new concept in air transportation. The travail has been taken out of travel.
In the early days, back when they were called air hostesses, they wore uniforms resembling military or nursing outfits on flights.
It was still a novelty for a lot of people, and they felt better knowing that there were nurses on board.
But in the 1960s, Braniff International Airways changed the game with Italian designer Emilio Pucci's space-age designs.
When a Braniff International hostess meets you on the airplane, she'll be dressed like this.
They wanted their flight attendants to wear very unusual looking fashion.
When she brings you your dinner, she'll be dressed this way.
Other airlines followed. Hughes Air West uniforms featured a blue and yellow cape, as well as go-go boots. Northwest Airlines FAs had to put up with this super snug striped number known as the Caterpillar. And for TWA's, foreign accent service flights to France, a golden mini dress.
And one of the more unusual things about it is that it's made of paper, because those uniforms were designed to be tossed at the end of the flight.
It was a dream come true. I saw so much of the world before I turned 30, and I'm so grateful, so grateful.
Laura Ford began her career in 1978 when 8-time Oscar winner Edith Head was still designing TWA fashions. Laura is wearing a 60s uniform, a pillbox hat, especially inspired by Jackie Kennedy.
The word was regulation, and the company would watch that very, very, very closely.
The exhibition also features bags and purses, hats like this bright red number designed by Yves Saint Laurent, and scarves. No need to guess who designed this one. The museum hopes visitors can see beyond the bright colors.
I hope that they really learn that a uniform is more than a uniform. It represents people, it represents stories, cultural moments, and that flight attendants are it's an iconic career for a reason.
The Runway to Runway exhibition runs now through January 18th at the Museum of Flight. Okay, we're going to head to Tacoma now, where we found Common Ground. That is a coffee shop that is a lot more than just a clever play on words.
I named it Common Ground because I believe that we all have common ground in being human, and even more so in our desire to be seen, known, and loved.
It may look like a coffee shop,
Welcome in!
but for Tina Sidorko, This is a dream come true.
I have always wanted to open up a coffee shop, have a space where people can gather, meet new people, find community for the first time over a great cup of coffee.
Whatever Tina's selling, it's working. Monday morning, and Common Ground is packed with people here for great coffee and good vibes.
When people come in, I want them to experience that they're loved and that we truly want to serve them and provide them a great time.
When they have time, baristas write messages on the lids of to-go cups.
This one's gonna say you are needed, and then the other ones say things like you are loved and you matter and stuff like that. And people actually do say something to us when they notice them, so it's been really cool, but I think people that don't say anything really need them more, so.
It's that personal touch that has made connections Tina never could have imagined.
It feels amazing. It feels like the dream is my reality now, and so it feels really, really good, especially to know that people love it here as I do.
Have to say, we felt welcome the moment we stepped through the doors. Great vibe. Common Ground is open every day of the week from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Up next, where to get your fill of dinosaurs and burgers in Olympia. Welcome back to the show. Down in Olympia, there's a place that's been serving the old classic burgers and fries since 1948. And now, more recently, when you visit, it comes with a full-blown dinosaur invasion. Here's Chris.
East Side Big Tom in Olympia is positively prehistoric. In a couple of ways. It's got dinosaurs. And this distinction.
It's Washington State's oldest fast food drive-through restaurant.
That's owner Michael Fritsch. This place has been around since 1948. Fritz's father bought it in '69. As for the dinosaurs, blame COVID.
I took all the money that I normally spend going to Mexico a couple times a year, and I bought 29 dinosaurs.
There are dinos in the bushes and dinos on the tables.
I love dinosaurs.
So do the kids who come here. Because what's better than sharing a shake with a T-Rex?
We love this place because, I mean, it's good food.
Milkshake.
Great milkshakes. And it's fun because the kids love it and we love it.
I hit it, but I hit it with gray.
Olympia art legend Vince Ryland does dino touch-up and paints these famous characters adorning the place, who all have one thing in common.
The hair. The hair has the original caricature of Tom, the very first one that somebody down the street drew a million years ago, had the black hair with the sweeps, you know, the little curls on it. So yeah, about 90% of the cutouts have it figured in there someplace.
The menu is simple. People and dinosaurs agree the burgers and crinkle-cut fries are tasty. And it comes with a secret sauce called Goop that's trademarked and treasured by regulars. Always ask what shake flavors are new. Orange creamsicles and nerds were shakes du jour when we stopped by. The secret menu includes this carnivore's delight.
We've got the Megatom, 5 pieces of meat, 5 pieces of cheese, 5 pieces of bacon, and a whole lot of delicious. Oh yeah, and fries. It's good stuff.
It's a jungle out there for any small burger joint, but East Side Big Tom has it figured out. The only thing better than a burger and fries is a burger and fries with dinosaurs on the side.
There is a generation of children coming up that don't know the name of our restaurants. They don't know we're, East Side Big Tom. We're the dinosaur restaurant. To me, the idea that 20 years from now, 30 years from now, families sitting around like Thanksgiving and they're talking about weird crap they did when they were kids. And if they can say, do you remember that weird restaurant we used to go to where they had all the dinosaurs?
All right, thank you, Chris. My kids have always loved East Side Big Tom, which is open Monday through Saturday from 10:30 to 8.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
Welcome back, and now something for the birds. We're leaving you with Swedish artist Jose Gonzalez. He's performing Friday at Showbox Soto, right across the street from where we work. Here he is, dressed like a turkey in a homemade video with his son, performing pajarito, which means little bird. Have a great evening.
Una pausita si se siente aburrido.